It's the 41st year for the St. George Half Marathon, but this year the name has changed to the Virgin River Half Marathon, signifying the surroundings you'll view along the Virgin River Trail.
Once we added the St. George Half Marathon to the full marathon, we wanted the name to be the same with the St. George instead of the mini to have it more catch on a little bit easier. So that's why this name changed to the Virgin River, and a lot of the course is along the Virgin River.
The most iconic part of this course is that it runs along the whole Virgin River. For almost 13 miles of it, you have views of the river, and what better name than to call it after the iconic river that it runs past.
And speaking of icons, marathoner Aaron Metler of St. George is featured on the background for this year's picture-taking booth, and for good reason. Metler has won several full and half marathons throughout the years. Although you may not recognize him from this photograph.
I don't even know who that is actually anymore. This is a lot different look. Maybe this will. I don't know. This is what I look like during the marathon once I do all the shaving of my hair routine. This was 2 years ago. My best time in the marathon, 2:16:59, and a beautiful day for lots of runners, as you can see on the sides here. And I love the St. George Marathon as an organizer and as a participant, as always. So I won't get to run tomorrow, but I'll be out there and at the finish line all over the course and helping out as much as I can.
Well, he's an icon for the city of St. George and for the marathon, so it's great to see his face out there and to have people recognize him and know who he is.
During Friday's expo for the event at the Dixie Center, people were signing up for the run or walking event for various reasons.
We're in our 70s and it's needed, and it's something that we do for our own health and camaraderie and just being together and loving life.
It makes us feel better. And in the morning, sometimes when we're walking, nobody's out, and then we see the sunrise and all the beautiful things, and it's just great. It's just nice to be out in the nature and enjoy.
Because we're up first thing in the morning, and it's gorgeous, and it's just a good form of exercise.
We added the 10K this year for the first time. We have the kids runs, the 200 meters and the 1 mile. And we have the 5K. So it's all inclusive, anyone can participate.
But we see all of it. We see the youth, we see the adults, mid-age, 20, 30-year-olds, 40, 50, we see them all.
Touted as the longest half-running marathon in Utah, this year over 1,000 people were already registered for the event prior to the expo.
We got about 1,000 people coming to this race, which is pretty good. Last year we had about 650, so it's up quite a bit from last year. 35 states or so is where everyone's coming from, primarily northern Utah. Surrounding states have a lot of people, California, but we have people from, Texas, Michigan, back east also, and I think a few Canadians.
I haven't ran this one before, but my boss was telling me about it, and she signed us up together, and we just decided to full send it. She's actually the one who got me into running, so it's actually pretty exciting that we get to run one together. I'm excited.
Metler believes the half marathon is more popular among most athletes because it doesn't take as much out of you.
It's because you can run it. It doesn't have the same toll on your body that the marathon does. The training is not nearly as tough on your body either, and you can come and walk down the stairs when you get home and actually move after the half marathon versus the marathon, and you come back and you're taking a couple weeks to recover.
Vendors were on hand selling t-shirts and even shoes. And volunteers were handing out t-shirts to other volunteers who will be manning watering stations along the trail.
Volunteers are a big success story. They're helping us with the aid stations, the setup. As you can see, we got volunteers currently helping out right now to get everything set up. And then just being there to be the friendly faces out there to help us put on a good race.
The first race begins at 9 a.m. and races will kick off throughout the day's event after that. Even if you don't want to participate, you can always come and cheer them on. From the Dixie Center Virgin River Half Marathon Expo, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.